Okay, we're going to start making the handle of the button maker. It's a tool that we've got, and I've got one in the classroom that I can show you. So this handle is going to be used for us just to learn the Revolve tool. So it says use the Revolve function to create the rubber handle sleeve part of the button maker. So if we can imagine a profile that instead of doing an extrusion would get rotated around a line, that's another way to model and create this 3D part. So right here we see a handle. It's got a bigger end. That this handle is just the rubber handle that slides over a metal, basically pipe, if you will. And there's a hole on the end, so that as you're compressing and pushing the pipe into here, to put the handle on, the air that's inside getting compressed has a place to be let out. So we need to model this part. And in this view, they're giving us some dimensions. If I scroll down a little bit, they give us a profile to extrude. So just to give you a preview, okay, I've already got a sketch with a general shape and a line. I haven't dimensioned this. You can see down below it tells me my dimensions are needed. But I made this generic, just kind of an L-shaped, and I made a line. You see right here in this drawing that there's a construction line that's going to represent our axis of rotation. So just to show you how this tool works. Now that this little sketch is done, I'm going to say Finish Sketch. And over here, I'm going to choose the Revolve tool next to Extrude. If you don't see it, try pressing the drop down and looking in some of your other modeling tools. So ours is right here. I'm going to choose Revolve. If your dialog box is collapsed, hit the little triangle to open it up. And first you have to choose the profile. I only have one closed profile to select, so it automatically selected it. When you have multiple profiles, closed profiles that could be chosen, choose profile, and then you can come in and select the one that you want, or combination of ones. After you have your profile selected that's going to get rotated, choose axis, and then choose the line that you'd like to rotate around. As soon as I click that, the shape is revolved. I have some other menu options here you can play around with. And I'd encourage you just to click and try. If I hit the green check, it's done. If I mess up, I can always undo and go right back. So explore a little bit and see what some of those features do. So now that we understand what the Revolve tool does, let's go ahead and build the actual part. This is where you're going to have a spoil alert. Looking at the document for this activity, you see that they've given us a couple dimensions here in this orthographic view, and they've given us some other dimensions here. I'd really like for you to hit pause and try to figure these dimensions out, the ones you need. Okay, using this diagram and this diagram together, can you figure out these missing dimensions? Okay. I'm going to come back in, I'm going to edit sketch, and I'm going to dimension this. This bottom segment was 4.469. Okay, this dimension right here is missing, but if I go up above and try to understand, what happened, this revolved around this. This dimension is going to represent the thickness. Okay, the thickness of this handle. And right here, they're showing me in the diagram that the thickness is 0.25. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to dimension, my dimension tool still on, and I'm going to make that 0.25. Okay. They did give me this dimension right here, 0.156, so we'll add that one. Okay, but now from the axis of rotation, they did not give me the distance to the outer piece. I've got that thickness in. So really, if I just get this outer one, then this distance here will already be set because I've got this dimensioned. But let's look at the other view to understand this. This would be the center of my handle. This is the most outer piece. In this diagram, right here, they're telling me the diameter, the outer diameter, is 1.375. Well, because this is really the center, this distance wouldn't be the diameter, it'd be the radius. So I want half of 1.375. So coming back into Inventor, I'm going to dimension the distance from here to here, and I want that to be half of 1.375. Well, Inventor is great at math. So instead of calculating it on your own, right here in the dimension window, you can type in your calculation. 1.375, make sure that was right, yep. But I want half. So right here, I'm going to hit divide by, it's the /2. And Inventor is going to do that math for me. So it calculated that to be 0.688. I feel like there might be one other thing I need. Let me go back and look. Yep, okay, this distance. Remember that there's a little hole to let the air out as you press the handle over the pipe. So right here, they're giving me the diameter of that hole as 0.1875. So let me turn the dimension tool off. Okay, I don't want to dimension right now while it's above. I'm going to grab this while I can still move it and bring it underneath, and then I can dimension that distance and it will know that I want it to be underneath. And the distance I put here, we're going to need to go think about. Again, this is going to revolve around, so this distance from here to the axis of rotation is just a radius, but what they've given me, that symbol means diameter. So I want half of 0.1875. So let's type in 0.1875 and use it like a calculator, divide by 2. Okay, and I believe I've got it all dimensioned now. And so let's hit Finish Sketch, and we're going to choose Revolve. The profile selected, now I'll choose the axis. I'm going to let it be a full rotation, hit the check mark, and there we go. I can spin this around to see that. And the very last thing is we're going to apply a fillet. A fillet of 0.25, not 0.125, so 0.25, a quarter inch. And we're going to do that to both ends. And there is your ButtonMaker handle. Be sure to save it, name it, put it in the right folder.